Guys, so we have multiple breaking news coming out. We're gonna start with this one first. Preliminary 8.2 magnitude earthquake detected in Drake Passage. Man. 8 point plus. But it was downgraded. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was downgraded to 7.5. It first started with a 8.0, and then it went up to 8.2, and then an 8.3, and then it went down to a 7.5. But some agency has it like 8.0. But it just crazy numbers again, guys. But this happened near, well, the southern tip of South America. Wow. And this was 10 kilometers too. So give me a second here. I want to take you to the USGS earthquake map. I believe this is going to trigger something else. And look at this. The New Madrid is also getting something too. You see this one here? There's 2 earthquakes over in the New Madrid area. Near the New Madrid. Now the earthquake happened down here. So give me a second, guys. Let me just, there we go. Right there. All right. So it's a 7.5. And it was 10 kilometers. 10.8 kilometers. Whoops, there we go. I want to show you something really quick here. You see the US. You got the, again, these 2 here near the Madrid. So we do have National Guards in Arkansas doing their preparation of the big one in the New Madrid. And now we are seeing something here over in South America. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna get to all this news here, guys. So it was an 8.0, then an 8.2, then an 8.3, and then it went down to 7.5. All these crazy magnitudes. So let me show you some of this stuff here, guys. We're gonna get to all this news. All right. So once again, big shout out to Ryan Hall. He put out the updates. 7.5 magnitude earthquake strike Drake Passage. This remote ocean region sees minimal immediate impact to populated areas. Man. Now a lot of people is going to be like, oh, that's way down there. It shouldn't be a problem. Yes, it is a problem. Because we are seeing 8 point plus going on all over the place now. And this is something very concerning. Very, very concerning. Breaking news. I did talk about this over my live stream, but we have some more information. The U.S. Commander-in-Chief scheduled Friday noon Oval Office announcement. So we're going to get to all this here, guys. All right, so we're going to get to all this. We already talked about this one here. The president administration has directed the military to prepare for lethal strike against the gangs inside Mexico. Guys, there's some breaking news coming out. Animals with some pestilence stuff going on. And it's, I can show the picture, but man, stay away from the deer, stay away from the rabbits, stay away from them. Also, we do have breaking news. Nicolas Maduro calls for national enlistment. He's calling the people to put on the camouflage. The next one is going to be... Well, I can't show the next one. Basically, the next one has a picture of young ones. Famine. Today, they have declared famine in the strip. They have declared famine in the strip. Biblical famine has been declared today over at GAZA, the strip. Donald, are you going to tell Ben to take it easy? I mean, you go after Putin, you should go after Ben. I mean, Donald, hello. Famine has been declared. Alright guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. And for those of you that want to contribute to the channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also description box. Thank you again for your support. Guys, I want to thank you so much for those who have supported in this live chat. Thank you. Even though I'm not on it, I'm just constantly busy. And as you guys watch this premiere, I'm probably sleeping right now. I'm just so tired. I'm working 2 jobs and it's just it's too much on me. And it's so hot in the studio room. I got I got an AC. You know, this AC, not the window unit. It's the one that you just lay right next to you, and then it has that big tube that you stick out the window. So I got something like that. I mean, it's an oven. I mean, I got air in the house, but this is a separate room here. It gets like 100 degrees, and boy, it's just an oven. But thank you so much again for your support. Alright, so we're going to start with this one here. Alright, so the global Quake report, a massive preliminary 8.2, which was downgraded later to 7.5, in Drake Passage between South America and Antarctica. At a depth of 10 kilometers, look out, the fallen angels are trying to escape. A lot of people believe that in Antarctica, the fallen angels are buried beneath Antarctica. No lie. They believe, when I say they, some Christians and conspiracy, they believe that during the flood, everybody was wiped out except for the fallen angels, that the water came down and then it just left them there, buried beneath in this ice wall, Antarctica. So they believe that the fallen angels are still buried beneath the massive thick ice wall, and that there's a possibility they might be released in these last days. Again, nowhere in scripture doesn't mention that. Now the Bible does mention the Euphrates River drying up and angels being released from it. All right, that's the closest. But when it comes to Antarctica, the fallen angels, again, there's nothing to back that up in scriptures. All right, so again, a lot of people has been talking about the fallen angels, but nowhere in scripture doesn't mention that. Now, the Bible does mention in the book of Revelation, the dragon with his tail just taking a third of the stars from the heavens, with, again, you know, the universe and all that. That's a metaphor. It's basically Satan taking the third of the angels from the kingdom of heaven and bringing them down to earth. Okay, so it says here, the Quake was detected at 2:16 UTC with 40 seismic stations registering the event. Error margins range from 7.7 kilometers to 44.8 kilometers depth, with various stations showing detection across the network. Now, Drake Passage is the body of water between South America's Cape Horn and Antarctica's South Shetland Islands. A quake of this magnitude could potentially trigger tsunami warnings for coastal areas. Officials' confirmation and final magnitude still pending from the United States Geological Survey and other seismic monitoring agencies. That there is going to trigger something else. Wow. That there is going to trigger something else. Now you get, again, the shockwave possibly was felt up there in New York City again. The United States Geological Survey confirms the 7.5 magnitude earthquake in Drake Passage. The USGS has officially confirmed a magnitude 7.5 earthquake in Drake Passage at coordinate. Skip all that. And the quake struck at a depth of 10.8 kilometers, matching the preliminary depth report. This is lower than the initial 8.2 magnitude, initially reported by Global Quake, but still a major seismic event. A 7.5 magnitude earthquake is capable of generating tsunamis, so we already know that. Drake Passage sits between, we already know that. Tsunami assessment are unlikely underway for coastal area of Chile, Argentina, and Antarctica. All right. So that's basically all of it. This is all the updates of this strong magnitude earthquake, which I believe is going to trigger something else. We are definitely seeing some strong ones. This got to be the third 8-point plus magnitude, because I know in the Caribbean there was an 8-point something early this year, and then you have Russia 8.8, and now you have the Antarctica 8.3, which was downgraded. I do believe there's a possibility the Mediterranean Sea could be the next one, which could bring down some of the stuff in the Holy Land. The Holy Land is bound to see something. I do believe so. I believe that the Holy Land could see something that could bring down the Temple Mount and then rebuild the third temple. I mean, again, something big is about to hit pretty soon, guys. It's going to bring down something. It's going to bring down something big. Just wait till after the blood moon. 7 billion people in the world will see the blood moon September the 7th through the 8th, 2025. 7 billion worldwide. The other billion is not going to see it. So that's basically us. We're not going to see it. And South America and Central America, I don't think we're going to see it, or Canada. But yeah, there's going to be something big to come. Breaking news. The Donald schedules Friday noon Oval Office announcement. The U.S. Commander-in-Chief just blocked out Friday at noon Eastern Time for a televised address from the Oval Office. No hint on the topic. The Oval Office addresses mean serious business. Could be anything. Anything! From major policy shifts to international developments. Mark your calendars. Whatever coming, it's big enough for prime time. I pulled up something here. Let me just take you to this one really quick. So Donald's scheduled Friday noon announcement. Reports indicate that Donald is scheduled to make an announcement at noon on Friday, August 22nd, 2025. Additional detail regarding the specific nature of the announcement were not immediately available in the search result. Some sources suggested that European leaders were scheduled to arrive at the White House around noon on Friday, with Zelensky arriving at 1 p.m. It is possible the announcement could be related to these meetings. Wow. Okay, so that's number one. So, other reports indicate that the U.S. Commander-in-Chief signed an executive order on Thursday, August 21st, 2025, establishing a national design studio, and creating a chief design officer role to improve the usability and aesthetics of federal digital and physical services. What? So the further information regarding the noon assessment may become available closer to the scheduled time. You may wish to consult the roll call. Okay, we're going to skip all that. But it seems like those might be the options. We're just going to have to wait and see. You guys have any idea what's coming tomorrow? What the announcement is going to be? Once again, the U.S. Commander-in-Chief will be making an announcement at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, the White House said. I might go live. I'll probably go live. But it's not going to be on this channel. It's going to be over at the Real GS News. Guys, I want to bring this news up, all right? Everybody's talking about the Doomsday Radio stuff, so I want to bring this one up. So the Doomsday Radio went on air today and broadcast. Reports on August 21st, 2025 suggest that the bare enigmatic shortwave radio station UVB 76, often dubbed the Doomsday Radio or the Buzzer, has become active again and is broadcasting coded messages. Now, the nature of these broadcasts is shrouded in mystery, with the official purpose never being revealed. However, several theories attempt to explain its function. Military communication. Many believe the UVB 76 is the bare military station used to transit coded messages to units within the Western Military District. Number 2, the dead hand. Oh, we don't want to hear that. The dead hand system, a particularly unsettling, suggests it is part of the bare perimeter system, a cold biblical war era nuclear fail-safe that could automatically trigger a retaliatory strike if the signal were to cease, implying a potential decapitating strike. Then you have there is also speculation that the station is used for ionospheric research, with its frequency aligning with such studies. Another one is psychological warfare. Some theorize the broadcast could be a form of psychological warfare intended to unnerve advisories or project an aura of unpredictability. That's a possibility that's happening because it seems like Zelensky is basically heading to the U.S. again with the Europeans. But again, they play this Doomsday Radio stuff every time there's a very important meeting or announcement. Alright, so we're going to skip this. Wait a minute. So the coded messages such as, these are the messages. Following reports of recent U.S. strike on okay, so that's basically old stuff there. Alright, so there's a possibility Donald might have spoken with Putin. Maybe Donald is going to come out and say, I have spoken with Vladimir and we agree on this peace. There's a possibility. There's a possibility they both spoke over the phone, and that's the reason why that Doomsday Radio went on. Alright. Let's see what's going on with the pestilence. The wildlife officials have identified cases of deer, I'm going to skip that name, Pestilence spreading across the sleeping giant from New York to Wisconsin, with the pestilence transmitted by mosquitoes and ticks during warm weather. Man. Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife said the pestilence are most frequently seen during the late summer and into the fall, probably due to increased biting insect activity. The species specific pestilence causes tumor like growths, but it's rarely fatal, with warts typically falling off after a few months as the deer's immune system fights this pestilence. Similar pestilence are affecting rabbits and other squirrels across the U.S., though none can transmit to human. Woo! All right, so again, we just need to pray for the animals. The climate change allows the pestilence carrying insect to live longer and spread to new areas, while social media increase documentation of cases. Okay, so in other words, they're blaming us for it. We are to blame. It's our fault. This gotta be fake. A severe drought in Spain has uncovered a 7,000-year-old megalithic monument, making it 2,000 years older than the pyramids and Stonehenge. I'm gonna share that information if you guys want to check it out. I want to bring this news up. These are very important updates. Zelensky said Vladimir dropped the hammer on American business in Ukraine. On purpose! He did it on purpose, Donald. Today, all day long, work has continued in part of our territory following the Bear overnight strike. A massive strike, more than 500 drones, 574 in total. There were also missiles, including ballistic ones, 40 missiles. Our forces managed to take down a significant portion of these warnings. And it is important that we have that capability, that we have the appropriate defense system. We taken down over 30 missiles and dozens of Shaheds were down by our interceptors, thanks to all the engineers and operators involved. Unfortunately, there were also direct hits. Different regions were affected by Zaporizhia to Volyn and Zakarpattia. In Mukanchevo, the Bear essentially burned down a company, by the way, a sleeping giant owned company and manufacturer of electrical appliances. These are household, electronic, non-military goods. The Bear knew exactly what they were doing. It was a strike. We believe it was a deliberate strike on the Sleeping Giant owned property here in Crane, on Sleeping Giant investment. A very telling strike. Sincerely, Zelensky. Alright, so give me 1 second here, guys. I'm trying to see if there's any more information here. If you can, share the video, give this video a big thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Cracker Barrel, well, Cracker Barrel is not doing good. Loses almost $200 million in value today. $200 million in, give me a second, $200 million in value today. That is not good. Steak and Shake put out a message. Fire the CEO. Wow, this is happening in New Jersey. Look at this. Be safe out there, New Jersey. Be safe out there. Actually, let me take you to the National Hurricane Center. Give you some updates on these storms. Aaron is at 100 miles per hour. It's still category 2. And it's moving 22 miles per hour. It's moving a little faster now. It's going a little faster. And yeah, it seems like that's going to be it for Hurricane Aaron. That hurricane just made a wide U-turn. That's what it did. It just made a wide U-turn, and it's going somewhere out there, possibly in, I don't know, out there in Europe. It just made a wide U-turn. Man. Give me a second here, guys. You know the guy, the truck driver that made that illegal U-turn and a car... Well, again, the person that made that illegal U-turn, well, he's not supposed to be in the Sleeping Giant, number one. Number two, California just gave him a driver license. What do you expect? It's Cali. It's Cali. And for Cali, well, there you go. Innocent Sleeping Giant citizens have lost their lives. And so, that man, the truck driver, just landed in Florida, in my state, to face justice, persecution. I don't know what's going on in Cali, but man, I don't know why Cali did that. I don't understand why Cali did that type of stuff. And my condolences and prayers to the families and friends that lost their loved ones. Cracker Barrel is going down. Cracker Barrel is going down. It's not looking good. You see that? You see that needle? I'm not going to show her face because this platform could be really strict. But she's basically the new CEO. And boy, oh boy, look at that needle going down. Yep. I was going to go to Cracker Barrel. I might go. Just say my one last goodbye. Take pictures and everything with the kids and stuff like that. But it's very sad. That's where we at. That is where we at. Look at that needle going down. Sad. Absolutely sad. Why you change something that it's a American tradition? Unbelievable. This is what Steak and Shake just said. Fire the CEO. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Mm-mm-mm. I don't know, guys. It seems like this is all the information here. Yeah, it seems like this is all of it. Um, Something just came out. I don't know what's going on with this one. Six has passed in Colorado dairy farm accident. What? Six has passed at a dairy farm in Kingsburg, Weld County, Colorado, after becoming trapped. Whoa! In a confined space, southeast Weld Fire District said crews were dispatched around 6 p.m. on August 20th for a rescue, but instead recovered. Oh man. My condolences and prayers to the families and friends that lost their loved ones. The fire chief, Tom Beach, said all precautions were taken in effort. OSHA has opened an investigation and Weld County Sheriff confirmed no criminal element was found. Hmm. Dairy farmers of the Sleeping Giant identified the site as one of its members' farms and called the loss a tragic accident. Man. Okay, guys. Jeez, this is not looking good for Cracker Barrel. Man. Oh my goodness. Wow. Hmm. All right, guys. It seems like the next event would be removing Nicholas from Venezuela. I think that would be the next event. And I do believe there's a possibility it might happen after the blood moon. All right, guys. I guess I'm going to end it here. I'm not seeing anything else. Slow night. But thank you so much for watching. And again, share the video, like the video, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And thank you again for your support. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.